Hello, my name is Thomas Hougaard. I'm the CEO of Faurby Yachts. I would like to welcome you to Denmark and welcome you to our factory. Every boat starts with a piece of wood. And here we have Khaya mahogany and we have teak over here. The Khaya mahogany has been sorted because we think it's a very bright and nice color. Teak is what we know is teak, and of course fully documented. Here you see one of the latest shipments. We have received a wood. This is Khaya mahogany, and this is equal to 4 or 5 boats. And you can see that it's in different sizes and different thicknesses. And every boat starts here, and then it's cut down into manageable sizes and becomes frames, solid parts of corners, and everything comes out of this. We're now standing in the area where we varnish and sand the different parts after they come from they're being assembled. This is just an opportunity for us to show you some of the parts that we built here. All doors are panel doors, and they always have a solid frame on it. All the different cabinets have solid frames. Anything is possible. So as a customer, you can actually come with drawings, you can come with pictures for every kitchen or for every kind of joinery you prefer, and we can actually make the boat look like that. You can have bright wood, you can have mahogany wood, you can have whatever you like, and we are capable of doing it because all the boats are custom built in that sense that all the joinery is made custom for that unique boat. Everything is being varnished with 2 times of high gloss to make the depth of the color to make it out. But to avoid it being too shiny, we end up giving it a silk matte varnish at the end, which makes it a bit like this one, where you can still see the depth of the color, but it's not shiny, which is what we prefer. But again, it's up to you as a customer to decide whether you want the high gloss or whether you want the silk matte finish. Roundings like this is actually laminated, and they consist of 11 layers of veneer that is being glued together. And then when we're done, it looks like this, and it actually comes out as a single piece of wood. And that is one of the points that the most are actually surprised about when they see it. Here you can actually see that the doors are assembled with a solid frame and then veneer in the center part. We have in-house mold for boats between 33 foot and up to 46. And then above 46 foot, we do it as a fully custom boat. And we can do boats up till about 60 foot as fully custom. When we do fully custom boats, we actually built the mold ourselves, and we build it with CNC cut bulkheads that are actually negative, and then they're put up in a frame, and the whole shape of the mold, or the shape of the hull, is actually being built inside this frame, and allowing us to laminate 3 to 4 holes in that mold. Now sitting in the back of a Faurby 370, you can actually see how the boat builders work. You can see here all the wood is being cut around it, and you can see it's being laminated everywhere. You have the support for the rudder here being laminated, and you can see how the wood is cut around it. This is the keel shaft for the Faurby 335, the smallest we have, and underneath it you have a keel shaft for the Faurby 370. And what you see here is all the keel bolts that go into the steel frame in the boat, and you have the keel bolts in the bottom that goes into the lead bum. The hull is a foam core until the waterline, and below the waterline you have a solid laminate. The hull has a sump, and the sump is actually the deepest part of the boat, so the water will always run into it, and you can then pump it out from there. When the decks are laminated, they actually come here into the deck assembly. And what you can see here is a number of different decks. And what will happen after they get in here is that we will cut the openings for the windows, and we will start laying the teak deck if you have a teak deck. Otherwise, if you don't have teak deck, we can add a non-slip finish. When our boats are added with a teak deck, it's laid like this, and that means that we have 9mm planks that are individually bonded. So now there are no screws here. And then all the caulkings are solid. So that means that all the planks are fully glued, and the bondings are solid, meaning that you would be able to sand the teak 4 or 5 times during the lifetime of the boat, and leaving you with like a new teak deck every time you do it. What you see here are the stainless steel tubes that actually lead the lines from the mast and back to the helmsman. The reason for that is to make sure that the forward cockpit is free of lines and that the helmsman can actually control everything from the helm. The reason why we use these tubes is that we are going up and we're going down and going back to the helmsman where he's standing, and the only way to do that without creating too much friction is to go in these stainless steel tubes. Here you see the solid laminate around the windows. You have darkened insulated double glass, and they are actually added on this edge here, so the whole support is actually this very heavy solid laminate on the inside. We have a line of deck saloon boats and we have a line of performance cruisers. The two brands go very well together because the philosophy of building is exactly the same with both of them. That means we have the hull, we have the steel frame, and we have all the bulkheads that are being laminated to the hull. And we have the solid frames. It's just a matter of whether you prefer the deck saloon type of boat or if you prefer the more sportive type of boat. Inside the boat we don't have prefabricated modules. And what you can see here is that all the bulkheads, even the smaller ones, are laminated to the hull. And that means that here in front there will be a frame, and that frame will be adjusted exactly between the bulkheads here, and thereby all interior parts become part of the structural stability of the boat and making it very stiff at the end, which of course leads to very good sailing capabilities. We're now in the center of the boat, and here we have a full-size steel frame covering the whole center of it. Until now we've never lost a keel, and we're not planning to, and one of the reasons might be that the keel is bolted into the steel frame. And the steel frame is bonded in the whole center of the boat, so the frame takes the load from the keel and the mast. All the cabinetry in the boat is finished with the solid frame here. So you can see here even the drawers has the solid frame here in front of it. And so the whole interior is built up of bulkheads that are laminated to the hull, and then they are finished by the solid frame in the front of it. As you know, we are a Danish company, and Denmark is well known for its furniture. And Denmark is well known that furniture design has to be form and function in one. Or we're actually trying to do a Danish furniture in shape of a boat. So the quality of the wood, the varnish, everything we do inside these boats is very important to us. We have no plastic visible anywhere. Everything is covered with wood. So if you have a white lining, it's actually white painted ashes. And even the design you can change any way you like. So you can have a bright wood, you can have a darker wood, you can choose any wood, and we'll be able to do it exactly how you like it. The doors of the cabinets can be flat, they can be with hinges in the top, hinges in the bottom. Again, anything is possible. I hope you enjoyed the tour of our Faurby shipyard. If you have further questions or are interested in more information, you're always welcome to contact us, or you can visit our website at faurby.com. Thank you very much for watching.